Why does your belly fat seem to have its own brain, refusing to disappear while actively controlling your hunger and emotions every single day? Most think visceral fat is just extra energy under the skin. The terrifying truth, your protruding belly is a toxic endocrine organ. When cortisol is chronically high, it stages a biological coup, relocating fat from safe zones like thighs and hips into the abdominal cavity to surround the liver and kidneys. Here, visceral fat awakens. It doesn't sit idle. It constantly pumps inflammatory chemicals called cytokines into your bloodstream. These molecules attack the brain, creating a loop. Inflammation causes stress, and stress feeds more belly fat. You're not just fat, you are systemically inflamed. Here is the competitor's mistake. They suggest starving or high-intensity cardio, but with high cortisol, this only sends a war signal to fat cells. Visceral fat kidnaps the liver, forcing it to burn limb muscle to create glucose, which then feeds the belly fat itself. The result is the apple on toothpicks shape, withered limbs but a rock-hard belly. You are burning yourself to feed a traitor. To lose this fat, you don't need willpower to starve. You need a negotiation strategy to turn off the body's red alert signal. Next, I will decode why counting calories is actually killing your metabolism.
The biggest mistake leading to failure in losing visceral fat is believing the rule, eat less, move more. Under high cortisol, calorie math completely collapses. You could eat only 1,200 calories a day and run for hours, but if your body is in survival mode, it will lock your belly fat cells and throw away the key. Why is this? Cortisol is an antagonist to insulin. When cortisol floods the system, it paralyzes insulin receptors on muscle cells while hypersensitizing fat cells in the belly. This is called stress-induced insulin resistance. Blood sugar cannot enter muscles for energy. It's forced to detour and stored directly into the visceral fat depot. The more you starve, the more the body panics. It views the calorie deficit as an attack and clings even tighter to belly fat to protect vital organs. This is an internal war. On one hand, you starve yourself. On the other, your body constantly pumps sugar into the blood by destroying muscle. You are experiencing temporary diabetes caused by stress. Counting calories now is like trying to bail water out of a sinking boat without plugging the hole. That hole is your hormonal imbalance. It's time to stop treating your body as a simple thermal calculator. Start viewing it as a sophisticated biofeedback system. In the next section, I will show you the 3 red alert markers to know exactly how visceral fat is destroying your body from within.
Stop looking only at the scale. Weight is a deceptive number because it doesn't distinguish between muscle, water, and toxic fat. To know how much visceral fat is truly occupying your body, check these 3 red alert markers immediately. First, the waist-to-hip ratio. If your waist is larger than or equal to your hips, you are carrying a time bomb. This index is much more accurate than BMI in predicting stroke and diabetes risks, as it directly measures fat accumulation around internal organs. Second, look at your blood test, specifically the triglyceride to HDL ratio. If this number is higher than 2, your blood is becoming fatty due to stress. This is evidence that your liver is overloaded and has begun dumping excess fat into the bloodstream, increasing pressure on your cardiovascular system. Third, the anthocanthus nigrensis sign. Check the skin around your neck or underarms. If the area is dark and thickened, it's not dirt. It is the final signal that your cells have become completely insulin resistant due to prolonged high cortisol. Your body is screaming that it can no longer process sugar. If you have 2 out of these 3 signs, heavy exercise will only make things worse. You need an unlocking protocol from within. Right now, I will reveal the exclusive 4R protocol to help your body automatically flush out visceral fat without self-torture. To defeat visceral fat, you cannot use brute force. You need a smart protocol to convince your body that the war is over. Apply the 4R protocol. The first R is reset. Turn off your adrenal alarm signals by using magnesium glycinate and zinc in the evening. These micronutrients lower cortisol instantly, shifting your nervous system from fight or flight to rest and digest, allowing visceral fat to be released. The second R is refuel. Do not starve your body. Take high-dose omega-3s to extinguish the inflammatory fires caused by cytokines. When inflammation drops, insulin sensitivity returns. Your body will then choose to burn belly fat for energy instead of destroying muscle. The third R is rebuild. Stop excessive cardio. Focus on slow resistance training with high time under tension. This sends an anabolic signal that preserves muscle without spiking cortisol like HIIT or high-intensity cardio does. The final R is restore. Use the box breathing technique for 2 minutes before meals and before sleep. This is the fastest way to hack the vagus nerve, forcing the body to stop storing fat and start the metabolic healing process. When you follow the 4 R's correctly, visceral fat has no reason to stay. It will automatically melt because survival signals have been replaced by safety signals. Losing visceral fat is not for those who work hard blindly. It is for those wise enough to understand the language of hormones. Stop punishing your body with grueling cardio or starvation. Your body is not the enemy. It's a partner panicking from stress. When you apply the right strategy, the result isn't just a flat waistline. It's the return of mental clarity, deep sleep from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m., and steady energy all day long. You will see your facial features sharpen again, eye bags disappear, and skin become firmer as collagen is no longer ravaged by cortisol. If you're tired of the weight loss yo-yo, and if you want a personalized roadmap to accurately read your endocrine system, leave your questions below. Don't let visceral fat steal your health for another day. Start your recovery process today.